Hello Math 1 class. We are going to do Ready Set Go of section 2.6 form follows function. This section, the concepts in this you already did in 2.5. It's just a kind of review of that. So let's start. Before we even start the homework part, I just would like to kind of summarize the basic information needed for the homework part. And basically, if there are some examples given, if any of the equation that is given as y equal to half x plus 1 like this. So we are already doing a few questions today, so that is basically something like y equal to mx plus b, where m, this is your m and this is your b. M is half and b is 1. So if it is given in that form, that's gonna call slope intercept form. M is the slope and b is the y-intercept. If your equation is given like this, y equal to half x times x minus 4 plus 3, so that is like y equal to m times x minus x1 plus y1. So this equation is called point slope form. Previous one was slope intercept because you have point here, that's your x1, and this is your y1. You have a point and a slope. If the information is given in that form, that's a point slope form. And recursive formula for this one, because that's going to be linear. So when you talk about recursive, you talk about the very first term. So here you already have something because you have the y-intercept. So f0 is going to be, this is just a sample example. It doesn't mean every time your first term is going to be 1. Here f0 is 1 and f of n is f of n minus 1 plus half. So every time it's increasing by half. So that's just an example to recognize if the formula is given, whether it's a linear equation or not. Now exponential, how would you recognize exponential? This is an example, like your equation. If you see something like that, something times something to the power x, it is just like explicit equation is y equal to a times b to the power x. Or if you talk about the recursive formula, they give you the first term and then they talk about how the thing is growing. You need to multiply every time by 3, so that is 3 is going to be your common ratio, constant ratio, which is used every time to grow the sequence. So let's use these information to do our homework. So very first question here, they're talking about comparing different characteristics of each type of function by filling in the cells of each table as completely as possible. We need to just fill the information here. Type of growth. So when we have been given some equations, so based on the information I just gave you before, the type of growth, when something is written y equal to mx plus b, or when something is written y equal to a times b to the power x, just think about, you can pause the video and think about what is going to be. Is it going to be linear or exponential? Okay, pause it, and if you can figure it out, that's great. If you cannot, so let's go back. So type of growth here, it's a linear. So in this case, the first one, because it's written in mx plus b form, and the other one, that's because it's a times b to the power x, so it's going to be exponential. All right. Now if it is like this, then what can we do to do the next question? What kind of sequences? So we know linear belongs to arithmetic and exponential belongs to geometric. All right. Now let's move to make a table of values. So you can create some values, up to you how you want to choose your values. You can take like 0, start with 0, 1, 2, 3. I think 4 values are good. So you have to, what you have to do for linear, our equation was y equal to 4 plus 3x. So you just plug in x by 0. So you get, for x equal to 0, y equal to 4 plus 3 times 0. And 3 times 0 is 0, so that's going to be 4. So that's going to be 4. I have to evaluate it for 1. So x equal to 1, y equal to 4 plus 3 times 1, and 3 times 1 is 3, so 4 plus 3 is 7, so that is 7. And same way you keep on substituting and figuring out what's your next number is. For 2 it is going to be 10, for 13 it's for 3 it's going to be 13. So that's our table. If I have to do for geometric, I'll do the same way. I will plug it in. My equation is y equal to 4 times 3 to the power x. So if I'm just taking the values 0, 1, 2, 3. I'm just taking the basic values. So x equal to 0, I just replace this x by 0. So my y is what? 4 times 3 to the power 0. Anything to the power 0 is 1. So that's going to be 4. So that's 4. When I plug in x as 1, let's find it for 1, this one. What is my y? 4 times 3 to the power 1, and when I solve it, I get 12. Same way, when you keep on solving, you get 36 and 108. And when you plug in these values, actually, you take the points like here, you get 0, 4. That's your first point. And keep on going up to 1, 7, 2, 10, 3, 13, and so on. So, we have to find the rate of change. So for rate of change, how to get the rate of change? We see for every change in x, it is increasing by 3. So that's plus 3. You're plus 3, you're adding 3. And or you can use the slope formula if you want to do it algebraically. That's going to be 7 minus 4 over 1 minus 0. That's 3 over 1. That's 3. So that's the way how you can show it. That's using the slope formula by taking 2 points. My 2 points were 0, 4 and 1, 7. So you can do that way also, or you can simply read it from the table because the x is changing by unit value. And here it's a geometric, so it's multiplied by 3 every time we see that. So we can simply say the rate of change is it's multiplied by 3. And let's graph it. When we have to graph this thing, let's do the graphing part. Graph each equation. So what we can do, it's basically given as, that's going to be here, that's 10. So 2, 4, 8. This is 2, 4, 6, 8. So if it is 10, and that's 20. All right. Then let's move to, that's again here at the bottom. That's going to be, if I'm taking it 10 and 20. And let's graph my points. So 0 to 4. So if this is 10 here, so 0 to 4, if I'm taking my 4, so 2, 4, so that's going to be 4, 0 to 4. First point, let me use different color. Then next point is 1, 7. I'm taking 1, 7, this one. So each box is 1 here, 1, and 7 is going to be this one. Then we have 2 and 10, so that's 2 here, and 10 is going to be here. Then it is 3 and 13, so our 3 is here, and 13, I know the values are so tiny, that's going to be here. So I got my points. What I need to know, I need to connect the points. So I just connect the points. That's my line, the graph here in this case. Okay, that's my graph for this situation. And if I have to graph for the other one, I just pick the points. So my first point is I'm getting 0, 4, second point is 112, and so on. So I'm just getting it from the table. So just graph it. 0, 4, let me make it bigger, and how the table is given. So you can basically, it's growing very quick. So here if it is given, so if I just mark it, this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, this is 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. If this is 20, And let's take it here. If I'm taking it 5, like the same way, that's 10, 15 and 20. The marking is so light, hard to see. So let's get our points here. So for that, we're going to first mark our point 0, 4. 0 is here and 4 I keep on going up to here. That's my first point. Second point is 112. 1 is here and 12 goes here. Alright. My third point is 336. So 3 is here and 36 is going to be way outside. So I just would, what I would do, I just connect the points, and it's not going to be a straight line. It's going to be at the, please forgive me, the graph is not that, the line is not that smooth, but it's going to be an exponential one. So if I have to talk about next thing here, find the y-intercept for the each function. For that, basically we have to look where it is touching the y-axis. For first graph, it is touching at 4. Second one, it's also touching at 4. For both, the y-intercepts are 4. Alright, so let's move to our next part. For next part, here I'll just do few questions. Write an equation for each line in slope-intercept form. So if I go with question number 17, I told you slope-intercept form is y equal to mx plus b. You just write it down somewhere and try to get these two information. When I talk about m here, in this case, m is basically from this point I have to climb up. I'm going to up by plus 4 and going right by 3 plus 3. So my slope is plus 4 over plus 3. So you simply write 4 over 3. You can ignore it, but I'm showing you sign in case you're confused. And what is the b? In this case, my y-intercept this point, that is -1. We assume that each box is there 1 unit value. So my equation is y equal to mx plus b. I just plug it in. This m and b is supposed to be plugged in by the values we have just got from the graph. So that's going to be m is what? 4 over 3, and b is what? -1, and rest of the things are same. So that's like this. So the blue part you have to add, and rest of the things means insert. Rest of the thing are going to be exactly same. So that's one case where our slope was positive. Let's take another case where the slope is going to be negative. So if I go with question number 18 here, I look at it. Again, I need my m and I need my b. In this case, m, this point to this point, leftmost point to the rightmost, I have to go down. I'm going down by 4, so -4, and I'm going down right by 1, so that's 1. So rise over run, -4 over 1, that's -4, that's the slope. And if I have to find the b, I have to read this point. What's the value for this? That's 1. So y-intercept is 1. My equation is y equal to m x plus b. So this m and b are supposed to be replaced. So y equal to m is -4, x, b is 1. So I just wrote in one color. I hope you get it. It's supposed to be replaced. So your equation is like this. That's your final answer. Let's move to another question. A question where this one, 20, question number 20. I will explain you this one. For this one, when you look at it, it's a horizontal line. So I already told you the slope of horizontal line is 0 because rise over run. There is no rise. 0 over something is 0. So we by default take it m is 0 and b is what? The point where it touches the y-axis, that's -3. So my equation is y equal to mx plus b, and I just plug in this m and b and I get y equal to 0x minus 3, and I can simply write y equal to -3. That's my answer. So So I hope you get few basic questions which I explained here. Please let me know, leave some comment in the comment box if you have some doubts. I would be happy to help you. Stay safe. Thank you. Bye.